Alrighty, and we're back with another video here. I am just gonna record not a kind of a stream highlight, kind of a funny moment where I got a bit of a rematch against a familiar face that we probably all know and probably don't love because we hate this kind of player. But after FPV, I have played at least 8 times in the past year, so we are very well aware of who this is when we loaded onto this game. And I kind of want to show something kind of funny just to make note of. But it is a stream highlight because of what happens and something else I want to mention.
Additional supply depots required.
But I play my normal 2 gas opener, and I am very well aware of who this is. As you can see, I already know there's going to be something around here. I see the probe come in. I don't know if I fully react to it in time. I don't think I do. But right here, I'm not sold that there's nothing here. I don't believe that. I'm still scouting, trying to see where everything is on the map. And at this point, I'm kind of confused. I'm thinking, huh, that's weird for this player. But again, I don't fully think I'm safe right now, knowing what has happened between the two of us, because he usually tends to proxy. I see something attacking my unit here, or I'm attacking it, and I see that it was a probe I killed. So now I go back and I'm thinking, what just happened? And here we are, we see the double robo and the 2 pylons, and I'm like, yup, just as I believed. So at this point, I stop the Reaper Hellion opener and I move straight into siege tanks or cyclones. I build a bunker right away. And I absolutely knew this was coming. I didn't want to blind build a bunker because that's kind of foolish if it doesn't happen, but considering that this player has never changed their style, I have not been surprised by any of this. And I see already there's an Adept and a Zealot, and with the Immortal. I unfortunately don't quite have units in time to stop this. But I get them right in time. I siege the tank up here. This is a bit close, so maybe a bit of a mistake here. This is a bit close for the siege tank. And again, I'm trying to use my 2 Reapers as scouting or just trying to get across the map. You don't want them at home because they don't do anything against Immortals or a Prism. Which I know is a Prism because I've played this guy like 10 times or something in the past 2 years. But only recently have we started rematching each other.
Our SCVs are under attack.
I go to insta repair the tank close to the SCVs, but that actually ends up being a mistake. So right there, that is what's probably going to cost me the game. I already feel it when I'm playing. I'm like, ah, shoot, I just lost 2 tanks for free. What I should have done is had a tank here and here, further away, so that it took more from the prism to get here. This is too close. So that is like my biggest mistake in this game. Because now losing the 2 tanks means I have nothing to stand up to the immortals. Because a Banshee helps, but a Banshee doesn't do enough. And neither does a bunker. But I already have a feeling that that might cascade to my death. Like right here, I have the idea to pull the SCVs to try to trap the immortals, not noticing the prisms right there. So the bunker goes down as well. And that's not worth the one immortal losing the bunker. That's not worth it, considering all my units now are exposed.
Our SCVs are under attack.
And right here again, I see that there's a Stargate building, so I know this could maybe potentially kill me now. So maybe a little bit foolish for me to stay in this game knowing that that's what's happening. But again, you don't give a game. I try not to give games over too early, knowing that it could still happen. But with such a low Marine count and only Banshees, Stargate will become very fatal because of air units. And I can't shoot up anymore. So, I see that he's trying to walk 2 immortals here. I just try to do as much damage as I can before anything comes out. The one Marine's trying to chase the prism. Oh, I built the eBay to try to get turrets in time, but this is not going to be in time. So, yeah. It's kind of an afterthought, which isn't good. And I built a medevac for some ungodly reason. I don't know what I'm thinking here. I genuinely think that's a misclick. Yeah, and this is when I start to realize this might be the game given over. Yeah, knowing he can just drop on me, and he has a Phoenix where I have no anti-air left. So he does win game 1. But coincidentally, because we aren't paying attention and we don't really watch, like I wasn't watching for a stream sniper or anything, we get him a second time, like back to back. And this time I am well prepared for what happens now, knowing that it's him again. So, gonna speed it up a little bit. We still GLHF each other, which is funny. I just do it in the countdown so it doesn't show properly, but I do GLHF players. I just do it like immediately, so it doesn't show. And at this point, we both know that we know it's each other. Because we just played. So I'm a lot more prepared this time than last time. And I do my normal scout again. I do a little bit more against this player, knowing who it is.
Mineral field depleted.
At first I think he might be down there because he might try to do a mineral
Command center upgrade complete.
walk idea or having a prism. And I see this right away and I'm just like, oh, this is where we are. I rally my Reaper over here and I try to rally my My idea here is to bring some SCVs to try to do damage at first, but then I realize, well, now there's nothing I can do. So he puts down the double robo. I maybe should have been microing the SCV to stop the pylons from going up, but here, because I catch it so early, I just try to do as much damage as I can to the pylon that already is up. Like, there's no way I'm gonna unpower this because 2 pylons are here. It's impossible. But now I have the idea of, okay, let's do as much damage as we can to the existing pylons. I really should have brought more SCVs for this, knowing he had a zealot, because he did this last game too. He had a zealot in his army initially. So I really miss-micro this scenario. I'm thinking of keeping the bunker up simply to deny surface area, because I know there's still a probe out here. So he builds another pylon, which is comical. I build a bunker and a Reaper again. I don't know why I'm continuing with Reaper production. Maybe I should just autopilot. I'm just trying to kill as much as I can before anything pops. I get 1 pylon here. And the Immortal comes out, so now I have to run and cancel that. I build a Cyclone here as a first defense to see what happens. Sorry, that was my phone. Sorry. And I see already, like, I saw the animation of the prism picking something up, so I know there's already something here. But this time I have much more ready and I have a bunker up. And I gave myself a bit more area between the buildings when I did my building placements, because last time it was very congested around my mineral line, so I changed that. I need to be a bit more careful because he's obviously going to target the Cyclone, knowing that Immortals do more against mechanical. He goes for that he goes for that depot there. He's gonna go for this one too. And I do actually need to protect those, otherwise I will be supply blocked. So, a little bit of a bad moment there. I get a Viking here knowing that last time I had no anti-air, and I'm trying to make sure that I can maybe shoot the prism away. I accidentally let the Adepts in, which is not great. I don't pull the SCVs on in time to stop that from dying, but I pull the SCVs on the Immortals now, knowing that the prism's being chased away. The siege tank pops a little close to the Immortals there, and I do not siege it up, knowing that he could just walk in front of me. Or I don't know if he can, but I don't want to test that. So, I kept it on siege. In this moment, I'm thinking I have enough to go for the pylons. Which I actually don't. I don't. Yeah, no. I use the Reaper Grenade to my advantage, and I kill the Immortal here. I land the Viking here, which might be a bit dicey, knowing that it's Immortals, because they do bonus against mechanical. Yeah, like I said, I make a mistake here doing that, because now the 2 Immortals pop and I have nothing all of a sudden. So I definitely shouldn't have done that. But it was a moment that I kind of made that snap decision to just try to be, like, do as much as I could. But if you notice, I don't know this, but he sees this, but I just supply blocked him by killing that pylon. So I obviously don't know that, because you assume the person is macroing decently well enough to not let this happen. But because that supply blocked him, that actually saved me, because he could have had a lot more. And I see the Stargate here building, and it is hard to see the animation, but I think that is a Void Ray. We can see it in the production tab, but I myself in game don't fully see that. My Reaper gets surrounded, but he also lets his Immortals get surrounded there, so not the greatest thing on his part. And seeing it's just Immortals, I have another Viking ready for that prism. So I'm doing a lot better this time because my units are able to move freely, they're able to maneuver the base a lot better, instead of having minimal units attacking while he has a full surround on me or something. Because I didn't let that scenario happen. We see that he has 4 Immortals coming over here, and he's trying to just break down the wall. He is going to supply block me now, which is not great. And basically here, I'm just trying to shoo him away to see if he'll respect this, but he doesn't, so he just walks up the ramp. My idea here is to have him just not come towards my base, so I can hold the high ground. But he keeps coming back and forth, so I'm not judging this quite right. He does get one Immortal surrounded, which is not good for him. And at this point, because of the Cyclone and the Marine count, I'm thinking I can just go for this. I land the Viking for extra DPS. The SCVs, maybe not necessarily needed now, but I keep them around just to make sure this pylon dies. So the SCVs focus the pylon here. Or sorry, no, the Marines focus the pylon, the SCVs focus on body blocking for the Immortals. I lose quite a bit here with, 29 SCVs dying, more here, 30. So 30 something SCVs have died now, which is not great. But again, keep in mind, he's still on one worker economy, one base economy too. He shouldn't have enough to do anything, because that was maybe, what, 6 Immortals he built? Something like that. I start stem here, hoping to have it done in time. He goes for the reactor here. And I see that, knowing I don't have enough, I just try to pull the SCVs. I keep having to pull the SCVs. I don't like doing this. But the thing is, because his Immortals are running away here, he gives the Marines the space to isolate that Void Ray. And as he sees me come to his main, he recalls his Immortals back. So now I'm thinking, well, now everything's at home for him. So now I'm just trying to see what I can do. I see the 2 robos here that are not powered. And at this point I'm just trying to restart to get stim and my economy back, knowing that we're both, kind of shot for economy. Like, I obviously don't know he has 21 workers to my 13, but I know that neither of us should technically be alive in this game, because he's on 1 base, but I just survived double proxy. And I'm just trying to use a Marine count against the Immortals, knowing that there's no significant tech coming up right now. Like, there's obviously going to be a Twilight. I kind of presume this because you see a lot of it with Robo. But at this point, I'm just trying to mass bio units and have a strong enough army to do anything. I add on my 3rd Rax again, knowing that he killed the one with reactor. He tries to warp in some Zealots here, and I focus the Zealots in contrast to the Pylon, simply because lower HP. He has 1 Immortal here, which is not the greatest thing to show me here, knowing that this is all, bio units. I just focus on making sure these can't be powered again, so I kill them. Because we don't want that on our front door again, if we let these live. Because I don't know if he'd come back for it. And I'm now trying to save up for a 2nd base, I think, here. I don't know what that was, maybe a probe.
Mineral field depleted.
And I'm just trying to saturate the natural as well.
Research complete. Add-on complete.
And at this point I see he has practically nothing, and I just walk up and kill him. I focus the pylon so the battery doesn't do anything. And that is game. And that was a little bit of a fun kind of double rematch, knowing that we caught each other again. Because I thought I had surpassed this guy, but clearly I haven't yet, so... It was an interesting set of games, but thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.